So I've seen where a lot of you guys were saying that Canelo was probably going to be the fighter or the major announcement for the next fighter announcement show. You know what? I honestly believe y'all are probably right. Now, what I want to do is take this back to the end of the first ESBC fighter announcement. So at the end of that fighter announcement, Todd Grisham was kind of just rambling off a bunch of additional names that could be signed and put into the game. But what we didn't get was any type of, hey, be ready for the next announcement because we're going to get a major star. The thing was, though, was that we had actually gotten names announced in that fighter announcement that were high on the pound for pound list, specifically names like Terrence Crawford. Now, who could possibly be a major announcement that's bigger than Terrence Crawford at the moment? There's really only a couple of names that you could put there. Those couple of names being Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, and for some, depending on what side of the fence you kind of hang on, Errol Spence Jr. Now I say let's fast forward to just about this past weekend. Now, just about the entire community thought that we were getting some type of announcement over the weekend, which we ended up getting nothing, right? Ultimately, things seem as though they got pushed back or what have you. We have no idea. Then we ended up getting the update, the final April update from the team over at Steel City. Now, was there a reason that things got pushed back to where we didn't see anything over the weekend and then we ended up getting an update? I actually think there was. Now, as most of you know, Canelo Alvarez is going to be getting in the ring on Cinco de Mayo weekend to face Billy Joe Saunders. Let's put those things together. If we move the announcement backwards to the 5th is what we know is supposed to be the new announcement date. That is only a few days until the actual night of the fight for Canelo Billy Joe Saunders. Now let's take a minute to kind of look at the schedule of events that's going to happen for that week of that fight. Now, May the 5th, which is a Wednesday, I believe, that is going to be when we're actually supposed to get the fighter announced. May the 6th, what we're going to have is really the last press conference for Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. May the 7th, you're looking at weigh-in, with May the 8th actually being fight night. Now, we all know that Todd Grisham works for DAZN and that he's going to be calling that fight. All right, it makes sense for Todd Grisham to do the fighter announcement on the 5th. He'll probably be present for the final press conference on the 6th, and then he'll probably also be present for the weigh-in on the 7th, and then of course fight night. Like, it only makes sense that they are probably going to announce Canelo Alvarez ahead of a fight with, because of COVID, hasn't had fans in the stands. We're talking about a fight that's looking at having what, 70,000 people in seats. Who can be a bigger announcement than Canelo Alvarez right now, especially with the event that's going to bring the sport really back to having a large amount of fans? It really only makes the most sense to put Canelo in the game right now and to announce him at this current point in time on Cinco de Mayo of all days. So I think all the stars are really kind of aligned and they're all pointing at Canelo Alvarez. I really couldn't see anybody else other than him. Now, he did say that it was going to be a big announcement, and they were supposed to, I'm pretty sure they're going to be announcing a lot of names. They announced a lot of names in the last one. So I would imagine we're really going to get a lot of names, and this is supposed to be the final announcement also. Also means that we're getting extremely close to release day. Now, the devs have said that they have a lot more in store as far as videos that are going to be coming out past the fighter announcement. But I do believe that we are going to get some enormous names. And at this point, I agree with every single one of you in saying that Canelo Alvarez is more than likely the name that we are going to hear as the major boxer announcement. I really couldn't see anybody else. I'm really hoping for some additional ones though. mainly off of that top pound for pound list, I would love to hear names like Naoya anyway. I would love to hear names like Errol Spence Jr., the Charlos, Hank, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. I mean, again, the list could go on and on and on. Joshua Bawatsi, dude, I would love to hear. Dude, there's so many different names I would like to hear. But I do also believe that Billy Joe Saunders may end up sliding into that as well. I mean, why not? He's fighting the #1 pound for pound this weekend. So I think, though, if anybody asks me who I think the major announcement is, I do believe it is going to be Canelo. I'm going to slide Billy Joe Saunders in there simply because he will be sharing the ring with him this weekend, or May the 8th. But that's all I got, man. You guys really kind of like pushing it and saying Canelo was there. I listened. I actually believe you. I believe you guys 100% that he's going to be it. But that's all I got for right now. Appreciate y'all for coming back to the Coach's Corner. I always say that. I mean it 100%. We still pushing the 1K, baby. So catch y'all all on the next one.